nomads.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, does it say that in there? By virtue of land covered and number of colony settler, dwarves are the most well-traveled race in the world.
No, I just cut that. I just had that in my repertoire.
Yeah. You want another drink of this?
I sure don't. Would you like to be punched in the face?
Yeah, I my throat has been hurting, so I got me a tea, based on some of my viewers saying that tea helps. I'm not sure if that's helping. It certainly is not good. It looks like I just scooped a bunch of dirty water out of the pond.
And it tastes like it too.
With a little bit of peppermint in there. So dwarves are a little different. Elves, I don't think that they're mostly like, you know how elves are like nature-y, kind of, that's their thing. I don't think they're nature-y in Pillars of Eternity world. I think the world is called Aora, if I'm right.
The most interesting spin on elves I've ever seen is Divinity Original Sin.
Oh, with the where they like eat and they can
see memories of people
if they cannibalize them.
Yeah.
Orlans are basically hobbits, but they can be like hairy.
Okay.
It says Orlans are the smallest of the Kith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for their large ears, two-tone skin, and hirsute bodies. I have no idea what that means.
Nope.
Orlans are commonly found in Glonfoth. That's a location in this game. The Ixamiddle Plains and parts of the Deerwood. Hirsute, meaning hairy.
Just say
shaggy.
hairy.
Yeah. Hairy. Okay, cool. We learned something. And then godlike is also something new. It's basically like touched by different gods.
Okay.
And there's different. The ones you can play in this game are not all of the godlikes.
Right.
And they're like this is like obviously like based on the god of death or I think it's like Barath or something. And they have different like I guess powers.
Dude, that one looks like a jellyfish.
Yeah, it's a moon. That's my favorite one. It's like their power is every time they get reduced below 75%, 50%, and 25%, they like shoot out a wave of healing moonlight. It's pretty cool. And then you can make them like however you want them to look.
Oh, cool.
Like what they are. So I was thinking about doing an elf. I'm not sure. What do you think? What's
Whenever I play games that are like this, I usually go for elf or half elf or something like that too.
Yeah.
But the fishy people are kind of cool.
So there's coastal and there's island to Mao.
Is there a difference in the looks if you change the subrace?
Yeah, I think the island to Mao are like more brown and red.
That's cool.
And they have different abilities. Like the coastal ones gain bonuses to being knocked down and stunned.
What's that one do?
They get an additional weapon set. So you know how you can switch weapons and stuff? Like in Baldur's Gate 3, you can switch between melee and ranged.
Yeah.
This one, you just get weapon sets and you can put whatever in them.
I don't know if I'd use that a lot.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That one would be more... That one I think is better for me as if I were to play it. You know what I mean?
No. Again, the thing is it irritates me when I get to the end and there's not a picture that I can like match.
Can you not go look at the pictures first?
Yeah, we can do that. Just skip everything.
And then kind of try to...
Yeah. So these are the Mao. I think there's dwarves. I actually kind of like that one. Got some elves.
I like that one.
Those are the godlikes. That's a godlike. And the godlikes are like people like think that they're like bad or they're strange. And I thought about being a death godlike and then being like super good, and he's just like everyone hates him.
I mean, to be fair, like, would you look at that and be like, that's not strange, that's normal?
Yeah, I would.
What's on his face? Who
like,
knows?
Even in broad daylight, that would be like, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. Be like, dude, are you okay?
I don't know. The nature godlike is kind of looking cool too.
I like him the best. That portrait the best.
Yeah, I actually think I'll go with that one. So we're gonna go nature godlike. It says nature godlike appear to be a fusion of human and animal features, often covered by plants, moss, or fungi. This has led to this common stigma that they are diseased, and many are killed at birth because of it. Many
that's sad.
Druidic orders have a keen interest in nature godlike because of their general curiosity as to how souls occupy plants, animals, and stones. And they get bonuses to some stats when they're below a certain amount. Now, what is going to be like our maybe human? I mean, obviously we're not going to look human whatsoever.
I mean, it's either human or elf for me.
I think we'll go human, just run of the mill. Now, class. That's the fun part, and I thought this is probably what I thought about the most, because the classes work so differently, and there's different there's like chanter. So chanters are basically like bards in this, except they're less like funsy. Like I'm gonna play my lute, and they're more like you know how they used to say like history at some point before we developed like writing was like storytelling. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that. And it even says in like the description of the class, and basically they kind of work like bards, where during combat they like chant, and they have like a resource where they have to chant so many phrases, and then they can cast a spell that requires like 3 phrases chanted, or 4 or 5. And the chants themselves are like little mini buffs. They're like passives that like give bonuses to like damage or run speed. So you can just chant the same word over and over again. And then the spells are like big spells.
Do you get to choose the words? Like if you were a chanter?
You can go into your spell book and like make your chants.
That's so funny.
What?
That can be so misused.
How so?
I don't know. You can just say the dumbest stuff.
Well, they don't like it's. From what I've seen, it's not like dumb stuff like oh, like the barbarian in Diablo. It's not like oh. It has a bit of like mysticism to it, so
like whenever people are going into combat, you can't just go slay.
No.
Slay.
And honestly, that one seems kind of cool. Of course, a barbarian acts like you would think, just like beats stuff up. Paladin.
Ranger feels the most thematically appropriate
for
me.
a nature godlike.
Yeah.
They get
or druid, I guess.
Yeah, druid. That seems cool, but I actually was leaning towards like maybe a ranger. They get an animal companion. But I also was leaning towards the priest because the gods in this game are so like, if I remember, they're like very integral to the plot, like what they're doing. But I don't know. The ranger does feel thematic to this character. Maybe we'll do that. And we can get marked prey or wounding shot. Marked prey designates a single target as prey, giving the ranger and animal companion a bonus against that target. And wounding shot, as he or she would with fleeing prey, the hunter aims for a spot that will slow their target, hobbling and inflicting raw damage over time. And I'm thinking wounding shot is what I want. And you can get different animal companions.
Oh, an antelope?
Yeah, they're all like kind of cool. Antelopes. What do they do?
Make you faster, I think.
What does it do? They naturally have superior defenses, so it's a defensive one. Okay, yeah, it's just this first paragraph here. So bears have high damage reduction. So when they take damage, it's like reduced. Mm-hmm. Boars inflict more damage when they're below 50%. Mm-hmm. Lions have the ability Terrify, which is cool. Stags, their melee attacks is like an AoE.
Oh, that's cool. And
then wolves do high damage and can more easily avoid disengagement, which is like running away.
We go wolf, right?
I don't know. It seems so like people expect it of me.
It's expected.
Yeah. Oh, that is so bad. That tea is just not good. And maybe during this because I am going to try to drink some more of this because I bought it. Mm-hmm. And maybe I'll slowly become indoctrinated to the tea.
Better than me, I'd be calling people and be like, hey, do you like this? You can have it, man.
I'm leaning either like to the bear or the boar.
Boar. Because then you could be under 50% buddies. Because isn't that what you do? Something when you're under 50%, you...
Oh, right. The nature godlike? Yeah, I get a bonus to stats. So yeah, that...
So you can just go like super ham when you go under 50%.
Yeah, it's like don't hit me. Okay,
or do hit me.
What are we gonna name him though? Yeah, or do hit me. What are we gonna name him?
Our
Pumbaa?
boar? Pumbaa?
No, that seems like really cliche. Like really.
What was the pig's name in Charlotte's Web?
The main character, Babe.
Pig. No, that's a completely different.
Oh, that's
pig.
a different movie. Wilbur?
Wilbur.
No, I don't like Wilbur.
Yeah, it really was a spider. She stole the show. No, that rat,
Charlotte?
Templeton stole the show.
Templeton's,
remember that rat?
Templeton's not a bad name.
You can name him Truffle, because don't pigs like to
Oh,
get
yeah,
truffle?
they snort and snuffle in the...
Snuffle. I like the name Snuffle.
Templeton's sticking with me. We need something kind of like...
Refined?
Refined, yeah. Refined.
Eugene.
No, that's just... Boring. Sir Borington? I don't know.
Borington.
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus. Chattius.
Chattius Rex. Here, and maybe we can like Google it and see some good names. Boar. Hold on. Pet boar names.
Yeah, because that's what people really need to know is what to name their pet boar.
Boss Hog.
Boss Hog.
Peppa.
Peppa.
Sausage.
Just name it Daddy Pig.
Kevin Bacon. Need a good boar name. Is what we need. If you're watching, chat,
give us a boar name.
Yeah, Crispy Bacon.
Sir Ham.
See, it's like looking on the internet is not helping because almost everyone is going with the pun name. Mm-hmm. Bubba.
Just look up elegant names.
Oh, okay. So, elegant name generator. Anastasia. Archibald.
Archibald?
That's not a bad one.
What's the dude from Sleepy Hollow?
Ichabod?
Ichabod.
Oh, that's not a bad one. How do you spell his name?
Icahog.
Picabod. Pigabod.
Pigabod.
Ichabod Crane. I like Ichabod. So we'll go with Ichabod. Okay. Now,
we'll call him Icky for short.
that's not bad. What I do like about this is, you know how in like Baldur's Gate, like if you're a wizard, you obviously just dump everything in intelligence.
Yeah, you're like, I'm smart.
This
nothing else.
It spreads out to where all the stats are useful for most classes.
but it seems like there's like two that are the best.
Because might increases damage and your healing that you do. I mean, so that could be good for a damage dealer like this or a healer. Perception is your accuracy.
Yeah.
Intelligence increases your area of effect and the duration of abilities.
Okay.
So, like, a barbarian actually benefits from intelligence quite a bit. Because they have
That's so strange.
Yeah, isn't it? Resolve is, like, your defenses.
They're like, I'm going to beat stuff up.
Dexterity
I'm really smart about it.
Is your attack speed and one of your defenses. And then, obviously, Constitution is your Constitution. Yeah, that one is pretty... So, we're going to go Might... and Perception and Dex, and then probably a couple in that, and I think that will be fine. Okay, now we have their background, and this is mostly like flavor, but it also changes their starting equipment.
Ew, do you want that? That's like an ugly Christmas sweater.
It is. That's like fur. One of the things that really was hard for me getting into this before, and I think if we looked it up we could find a map now, but before there wasn't like a accurate map that like showed you where all the locations were, so you couldn't get like, you know, like context as to how far away these are. But if I remember...
Dude, I just want to say right now, the Living Lands looks like somebody who would name a boar Ichabod.
It's basically, like, it's a mountainous region of a large North Island renowned for its diversity of plant and animal life. Its weather is unpredictable and its ecosystems vary dramatically from valley to valley. The Living Lands are home to an assortment of races. Now, this is actually where Avowed takes place, the Living Lands.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'm just saying, that outfit looks like someone that would name...
Well, obviously, we're going to get new equipment. And I think you can change the color, too, in a minute.
Can we change it to red so it could be another Christmas sweater?
Yeah. I usually pick these two just because I like what they sound like in their descriptions. Mm-hmm. This is basically like the North Pole.
But why are we wearing no clothes?
I don't know.
North Pole.
I don't know. Because we're, I thought it was gonna. Yeah, we're hardy species. No, that's dangerous animals.
I thought that said old vanilla.
See, I'm thinking about going just a deer.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, that would make sense as to why we don't know anything about the location we're at.
I see.
I don't know where Ixmiddle is. I don't know. The Deadfire Archipelago is like, it's like, you know, if where we're at in the game is like the United States, this is like, kind of like Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
It's like over there. But it's also like piratey. Like, in the sequel, you in Pillars of Eternity 2, you go to Deadfire. We could be from Deadfire. It says, consisting of the nation of Nasatak, dozens of Amau settlements, and hundreds of lawless, pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea. Deadfire is home to boreal dwarves, Amau, and a mixed variety of other races. Deadfire Archipelago is the last stop for anyone headed east. A multitude of monstrous sea creatures infest the ocean beyond, making travel virtually impossible.
I just feel like that doesn't make sense for a nature one.
It
seems like a bunch of... I mean, islands have nature, obviously, but I just picture something more like...
Basically, is like... They... Like, nobody knows why, but, like, a godlike can appear to any, like, family.
Oh, like the Avatar.
It's kind of like that. Like, they're born and they have this, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
They have,
growth.
like, a mushroom growing out of their head.
Yeah, or something like that.
And you're like, that's weird.
And people in the universe don't understand it.
Yeah, because if I had a baby and it had a mushroom growing out
or
of
like
its head,
horns,
I'd be like, that's
or
strange.
like it was like perpetually on fire.
That would be very strange.
Do you think that would be hard, like, to give birth to? I mean, that one especially.
Dude, do you think it burnt going out?
Like normally?
Yeah.
I see. I want to hold on.
Does it? If other people touch the fire hair, does it burn them?
I think it says that at some point. The bodies of fire godlike with harmless flames, so it's harmless.
Okay.
Yeah, so no.
Probably
But
just felt a little warm, to be honest.
Yeah. So we're gonna go back.
That's good news. That would have been awful.
And also this description of the monster sea creature, that reminds me of One Piece.
Yeah, I do like One Piece.
But yeah, nobody knows why, and they think that godlikes are made. They're like touched by the gods for a specific reason.
Obviously.
And you're right. Like the Deadfire Archipelago, like it has nature,
Yeah.
and that like you get a stat buff too. So dexterity, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And we can bring this character, if I continue playing this, into Pillars of Eternity 2.
Oh, you
and then
can.
they'd be like going home.
It's true.
So it's up to you.
I like it. You've sold me.
You've charmed me.
You've charmed me.
Okay, now our background, what we did, and then later, like in the very beginning, we get to explain like why we left, and it can be like different reasons based on our background and our culture. So, any of these like stand out to you?
Drifter, or...
Okay, so Drifter says you never quite fit in no matter where you go. Each new town is just a place to rest briefly before moving on to the next.
Or Explorer.
Explorer. You find the siren call of the horizon irresistible. You cannot help but wonder what lies beyond the next. See, that feels like appropriate to like what I would be doing if I was like nature.
Yeah, for real. That definitely feels good for your character.
And that lore and survival, so I think that's good. Now we can choose our colors. Anything?
Well, that dark blue looks good with your...
This right here?
Yeah.
And what about the secondary?
Can't really tell.
I know, that is definitely not like a white.
Just do black. Or brown.
I like the black. Now, our head appearance...
I think that's what he looked like, was the second head.
We were wanting to go this one, right?
Yeah, so do the...
Actually, this one.
Yeah.
That's this one for sure.
Why'd they make his hair not the same?
I don't know. That's what irritating is. I'd rather pick the portrait first and then make the guy.
The thing that aggravates me is that they made the portrait and then they gave him completely different hair. I guess we just got a haircut.
Yeah.
That's how, I guess. We'll just say that.
I think that one probably. Now, what's his name? What's his name? So we got Ichabod. What was the other guy in that like
The
story?
bully?
Yeah, the bad guy, or like the
one that was trying to get the chick?
Ichabod. Yeah. Crane. What do we IMDb it?
Just name him Toad. Isn't that the movie title? It's like the stories of Ichabod, Crane, and Toad or whatever, because they're like
I
put
never
together.
like saw that. Katrina Van Tassel was.
She was the chick.
Yeah.
She was the moment. It starts with a B, doesn't it?
I don't know. I'm looking it over.
He might not be in the...
Brom Brunt. I wonder if there's like a name generator for nature godlikes. Nature names.
Just name him Branch.
North. Barry.
Crane. You could just name him Crane.
That kind of like wouldn't be bad. We'll do that. It's a little bit on the nose, but all right. And so we're finished. I'm gonna
What?
I appreciate your little clap.
You're welcome.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm just hyping you up. Good job.
Yeah, let's get it. So I'm gonna end this video, and I'm gonna put this out as like episode 0, and then we'll start the actual game. The next one, again, I'm streaming, so just stick around, and we'll go from there. Howdy do. We are here playing Pillars of Eternity 1. We just finished Character Creator and we're going to start our playthrough. This should be episode 1. So we're going to try to 100% this game. The achievements aren't... It's a pretty easy, kind of like mild achievement list. Pretty mild list. We do plan on playing Pillars of Eternity 2. This game does not have a difficulty like based achievement, so I'm just playing on normal. But the next one does, and we're kind of like learning the gameplay and like the flow of combat and everything in this. And then we'll go into Pillars of Eternity 2. Hope to know that. We're just gonna jump right into it and hear from some of the characters and get acclimated to the world. Now, I am going to be taking this pretty slow, trying to read all the dialogue that is not voiced, trying to like look at item descriptions. That'll teach you a little bit, explore everything, so just bear with me. So this is the Caravan Master, finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis. And he nods towards the looming black mass on the hillside.
What?
And at last, the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Why is he frowning?
Where?
You said he was frowning at you. Is it because you got horns?
Maybe. Of course, he's referring to another man. Looks over his shoulders. His assistant, lanky, intense man named Sparful carries an old sun-bleached bow, and Sparful just nods and shifts. It is. I do have to say, hey, Pally, what's up? We're playing something new today. Pillars of Eternity. Have you seen it? Heard of it? Maybe Avowed you heard of? It's interesting to note that like. I'm a nature godlike, and there's like a weird juxtaposition that I would be like have like the flu or like the rumbling rot. So we'll ask him, where would we find the berries? Okay, what? And I do like that they fade out the options that I've picked. What are those runes? Okay, who did build the ruins?